Eric Mayer says, what tips do you have for when a dog is stressed? She knows her commands, but sometimes if she's stressed out in public, she won't respond to treats or love. Very good question. This is the level that most dog owners are stuck. They can't tell their dog to sit. They can't tell their dog to stay, and the dog moves right away, right? Breaks the command as soon as they say stay, or they don't use the stay command properly or in a way that is more beneficial to you and to your dog, right? So we have to accomplish basic obedience. So basic obedience is any sit, stay is that you're going to be staying in front of your dog. You're going to ask your dog to sit. The sit command has to be accomplished, first of all. That means as soon as you say sit, your dog sits. Now the stay, you can teach the dog to stay, which means don't move from this position, which is the sit position, for maybe a minute or 2 or 3 or 4 or maximum 5. So that's the basic obedience level, right? So you stay until 5 minutes and then you release the dog and okay, good girl, yes. And then reward the dog. Very simple, but yet very complicated and hard for most dog owners to do this. The reason for that is because you don't do it enough, or you haven't learned how to do it properly with your dog. Therefore, what happens is your dog struggles, doesn't listen, you don't get the results that you want, so it doesn't help you in any ways. When we train a dog, the basics in 5 levels, intermediate level in 5 levels as well, the advanced level in 5 levels. So what I mean by that, so we are at home now. This is where Annie is familiar with, they're very comfortable, knows all the sounds and smells of the house. So this is level 1 where we teach the basics of the dog training, basics, and we practice this as much as we can. After she has accomplished this level, we go to next level, which is the backyard. We start practicing in the backyard. So after I have accomplished second level, I'll go to third level, which is in front of our house, right? And then fourth level is on the streets, and then fifth level is at the dog park or park, right? So many dog owners, they either skip level 1 and go to the dog park and start training the dog there and expect the dog to learn and respond and get results. That's one of the common mistakes that dog owners make. Or they start teaching the dog at home thinking that, oh, the dog listens a little bit, so I'm going to go and do it at the park. So they skip all the middle parts, which is the backyard, front yard, and the street, and go straight to the dog park. So what happens is the dog doesn't learn, doesn't understand what really it is. So that's another mistake, okay? You have to learn that you have to teach the dog in several levels. You can't just teach the dog at home and expect the dog to learn everything, or teach the dog in the backyard and then expect magic to happen. So what you want to do is go through these levels too, right? I know it seems and sounds like a lot of work, but that's something that I can help you with. Side note, I have a program that I help dog owners go through all these process calmly, easily, peacefully, relaxed, with a good plan. I call it Perfect Dog Plan. The program name is Perfect Dog Plan. I help and coach dog owners to teach them all these things in a very sophisticated yet calm and very doable format. And I coach dog owners, help dog owners to achieve the goals that they want. So if you want to learn more, I have a link in the description. But the other thing also you have to learn is that you have to make sure that your dog knows everything that you say. So for example, obedience is something that we are teaching a new way of communication with our dogs. So it's a new language that we're teaching our dogs, right? So I don't know about you, but if you have learned a new language, you have to practice it to the point that it becomes one with your head and your mind and your emotions and feelings. So English for me is third language. So it has become a normal, natural language for me, right? To the point that I think in English and I express in English, right? So obedience also has to be inputted in your dog in a way that the dog knows exactly what it means. For example, Annie over here, Annie sit. So you see when I say sit, she sits, right? So that means that she knows what sit means, right? So when I say Annie down, she knows what down means, right? But the thing is, I had to give the signal, right? But you have to get to that point that when you say sit, stay, down, without using hands and gestures and things like that, your dog has to respond to that. And if you can't get that, that means your dog is not trained yet. I know it's a lot of pressure, but that's the reality of dog training. And that's where you have to get into, right? So for example, good girl, Annie. So I'm going to remove her. I'm going to ask her to sit, stay. Now I'm teaching her to stay, for example, right? She knows the sit. The next command that we teach is stay. So I'm going to give a clear communication to my dog that I want her to stay. So what that means is, Annie, stay. So she lied down, which that's not what I want. I want her to sit and stay. So I'm going to move her. No punishment. You don't punish your dog because they did that. What you do is you just redo it. You make it clear. My communication wasn't clear. Annie, stay. Okay. Now, this clear communication should motivate my dog to give the behavior that I want. So make sure that you're saying your dog's name and you're saying stay. This is the stay hand signal and verbal cue. So name of the dog, command, hand signal. So Annie, stay. That's how it means. That's clear communication that I don't want you to move. So if I move and she moves, that means she hasn't understood what exactly stay means. Annie, over here. So I'm going to make it clear. Annie, sit. Annie, stay. Nope. So she lie down. Again, I don't want her to lie down. I want her to sit and stay. Annie, sit, stay. So if I move, is she going to move? Oh, she's not moving, which is good, right? We're getting somewhere. So what that means is we're saying to our dogs, sit and stay in that position. Don't move a muscle until I have given you the release command. That's the goal of the training, right? So if my dog moves, you see she moves, right? That means she doesn't know exactly what is going on. What's the communication? The communication is broken here, right? So this is why you don't get the results that you want. So we have to clear the communication. So the way you clear the communication is this. So Annie, come. Annie, sit. Annie, stay. You make sure that at least she stays for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute or so. And then you give her the cue or the command for release, which is Annie, okay. So you see, as soon as I give the release command, then she moves. So she says, oh, if this human says sit and stay, means sit and stay, don't move a muscle, and I can't move a muscle until he gives me the signal for release. So Eric If your dog is getting stressed out there and is not listening to you because you haven't accomplished level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,